I got a challenge to do a tropical theme and I did it, and it may be my best work ever. So here's the story.
I found these two really cool nightstands at a local thrift store that were having a 50% off sale. They were $5 a piece. I loved how open they were. I loved all the shelves. The thing is when you're painting something with shelves, you gotta flip it over and do all the bottom first. I really like the open, airy design of these nightstands. I imagine that they could be in a bedroom or they could be in an open design concept living room or a sitting area. They could be in a sunroom or a garden room. And I just wanted to make sure that each and every edge was covered with paint, both top and bottom. I'm using the Zibra Palm Pro brush to paint my nightstands. It's perfect for pieces that have angular edges such as my nightstands do. And because it's small and fits in the palm of your hand, you can get into those tight spaces. I chose this beautiful, bold, purple berry color because I wanted to use something that would make these nightstands the standout pieces that they are. I've been using a lot of like soft baby pinks and baby blues for springtime, but it's the middle of summer, it's warm, there's a tropical feeling in the air, and I wanted these nightstands to reflect that. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Urban Legends Antiques, and we have a website with items available to ship, urbanlegendsantiques.com. The color that I chose for these side tables is actually called Loganberry from Chalky Chicks, and you can purchase it from my website if you wish. Right now, I am painting the drawer for the nightstand or the side tables, and every side, every edge of it needs to be painted. And because the drawer is going to go in and out and you're going to be able to see from the backside when the drawer opens, I'm going to have to paint the inside area where the drawer sits as well. So you're going to watch in a minute, see how I pull it out, all of that in there. I'm going to get to that with some paint. Every inch of this thing is going to be hit with some paint. I didn't know that these were handmade nightstands when I was buying them at the thrift store. It wasn't until we got home that we were looking at the construction of them and realized that these were made by someone. I love the look of them. I just knew that the design of them was so unique, and this is clearly why, because they were handmade. As you can see, it's starting to get a little streaky as it dries, but this is just the first coat. I know it's gonna need a second coat. It's not a big deal. I'm only gonna do one coat on all of the bottom layers where you're not gonna see it as much. All the top layers are gonna get 2 coats. Okay, all the bottom is done, and it's time to flip this baby over. I'm going to do it very, very carefully, try not to get paint on myself, and now it's time to paint the top side of everything. The top side of these nightstands is going to go much quicker than painting the bottom did because I've already done all of the legs and the edges of them. I just need to get the shelves done, and then we're going to move on to the next step. I also painted the other nightstand / side table off camera. Almost done. I'm going to move the tables down to the floor so I can get the top shelf complete. And here we are. First coat is done. Yes, it looks streaky. It's going to need a second coat. Don't panic yet. They're gonna come out beautiful, I promise. Okay, it's time to put on the second coat. There's the first coat on the right side and the second coat on the left, and you can see the difference between 1 coat and 2 coats and how beautiful and clean it comes out. What do you think of this color paint that I chose? I think it's very luxurious and bold, and I think it's perfect for this piece because it's so unexpected. But I was kind of going between, should I do purple, should I do green, or should I do black? In the end, I'm glad I chose purple, but what color would you have chose? Comment below and let me know. When I was in Jacksonville for Creative Con, I did visit Melissa Morrow's booth, and I bought a ton of transfers from her. One of them is a tropical leaves transfer, and I've been itching to use this one. I think it's so beautiful. It's got a ton of different kind of tropical flowers and foliage on it, and I really think it's gonna look good against the purple on my nightstands. I started with some banana leaves on this lower shelf. I really liked the blues and purples and greens in it, and I wanted to see how it would look against the purple that I chose for my side tables. I know I want to put gold on it somewhere. I'm not quite sure yet, but this is just the first step. One of my favorite things about redoing furniture is that I can kind of get lost in the process. While I'm painting and putting on transfers and sanding, it's like all of the worries and troubles of the world just fall away, and it's just me and the piece of furniture, and I'm just working on it, trying to make it beautiful again. And I find it incredibly relaxing and rewarding. What's one reason that you like to paint furniture? I said I'm going bold, so I'm putting a bird of paradise right on the very front leg. This transfer is folding around the edges of the leg really easily, and I like that I'm able to kind of like fold it in my hand and press the transfer onto the wood, and then when I lift it up, it lifts so easily. Here we go. I'm gonna reveal this bird of paradise. I think it's gorgeous. I love it. From there, I went for it. I put transfers all over this piece of furniture. Here's a trick that I do when I'm putting my transfers on. I put the entire transfer over the piece. If there's a drawer or an edge, I put it over the entire thing. And then once I lift the clear film off, I use an X-Acto knife and I cut right down that little seam between the drawer and the leg. And then I open the drawer up and I just push it down. Once that's all done, I use that piece of clear film and I buff the entire stencil to give it good adhesion.
In addition to using the Tropical Leaves transfer, I also used the Geo Wave transfer. I put 2 transfers on my nightstands.
I'm really loving how my nightstands are coming out. I'm working on the top of them now. I want them to be similar, but not an exact match. So I'm trying to layer in the 2 transfers together so that they look alike, but they are not a perfect match to each other. I've added a little bit of gold to the drawer fronts just to match those beautiful shelves below it. And now I'm trying to figure out a good layout on the top for the geometric waves to work out. And I think I like the second one the best. So this is what I'm gonna go with. And now that I've done that, right there in the corners, I think I'm gonna put a little bit of like a flower or something just to layer on top of the wave. And now you can see the final bit. I put that little Monstera palm leaf right there on top of the gold, and I love it.
It took me about 8 hours to complete these 2 nightstands, plus the transfers were $30 a piece. I used both transfers, the entire roll, and almost an entire jar of paint, which was $32, I think. So I have a pretty big investment in these pieces, not in the price of the nightstands, but in all of the time it took me to do them and in the supplies that I used. So my resale value, I'm thinking, is gonna be $450. I'll see if I can get it or not. If I do, I'll post in the community tab and let you guys know.
Time for that final reveal. They're all done. They're waxed. They're gorgeous. I love them. I am so happy with how they came out. I even added a little bird of paradise to the inside drawer. What do you guys think? Comment below and let me know.
Okay, that's all for me. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell so that way you know when I have another video coming out. I'm Jessie from Urban Legends Antiques, and thanks for coming along for the ride. Bye!